Africa undermines the very fabric of our democratic society. It is unbecoming of any leader, especially the president, to engage in such disgraceful rhetoric. The presidency is an office that should embody the highest standard of respect, integrity, and responsibility. Instead, President Barrow's words have sown seeds of division and disrespect. As students and future leaders of the Gambia, we must unequivocally condemn such behavior. Our nation, the Gambia, deserves better. We deserve leaders who uphold the values of humility, respect, and dignity. We must remind President Barrow that power is not eternal and ultimately, it is the people who decide the fate of their leaders. The future of the Gambia lies in the hands of its people, and we must strive to create a society where our leaders inspire hope and unity, not fear and division. We call upon all Gambians, regardless of their political affiliation, to stand with us in condemning these vile remarks. Let us work and decency are at the forefront of the political discourse. Today, this early morning, to our greatest dismay, the information minister, who happened to be the mouthpiece of the government of the Gambia, in his interview with QTV, we will touch on that aspect because it was not a surprise to me. It is deeply concerning to witness someone who holds a PhD, someone who is contributing towards shaping of the future leaders of this country, someone who is a political lecturer. It is disheartening to witness Dr. Cisse, our information minister, dismiss every vulgar utterance of the president as mere political remarks. This defense not only undermines the severity of the president's inappropriate language, but also reflects the troubling inconsistency in our leadership. It is the same Dr. Cisse who once criticized President Barrow, calling him clueless, provoking such agitation in Barrow that he reacted irrationally, referring to Dr. Cisse dismissively. To brush off the president's insult as political remarks is tactically endorse a dangerous precedent. When the highest office in the land is allowed to operate chaotically with impunity, it sets a precedent for all to follow. Dr. Cisse's defense of the president only makes the work of the Inspector General of Police more challenging. While the IGP, in his own words, strives to maintain civil discourse and order, his efforts are thwarted by a president whose behavior is anything but civil. The IGP's strong appeal for respectful communication are rendered ineffective in the face of such a poor example from our leader. Leadership begins at the top. A chaotic and foolish president leads to a chaotic and foolish nation. I repeat, leadership begins at the top. A chaotic and foolish president leads to a chaotic and foolish nation. When our leaders fail to uphold the standard of respect and dignity, it becomes impossible to expect the same from the citizenry. For the good of our nation, the Gambia, We must hold them accountable and insist on leadership that is both respectful, or that is both respectable and respectful. Only then we can hope to create a society where decency and integrity prevail. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the wisdom and strength to uphold these values, and may His infinite blessings be upon Ba Ousainou Darboe and all who work tirelessly for the betterment of our beloved country, the Gambia. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the President of the UDP Student Wing, Mr. Fadela. Your statements were very clear and straight on point. I really appreciated that stand of the Student Wing. We'll go straight to the next speaker. Sorry for that, the President is so emotional, and we know very well, not only him, but a lot of us are emotional based on the statement, or that if you thought about it, you really get emotional. But we're very sorry for that. We'll call on the female wing president, that's the youth wing of the United Democratic Party, Honorable Peter Senghor, to come on the podium and give her take on the aspect of the female wing of the United Democratic Party. You're welcome to the podium, Madam Senghor.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Esteemed guests, our audience here present today. I wouldn't say it is indeed sad, because this is more than sadness. Today we are here to honor the oath we have taken to rescue this country from the incumbent, that is Barrow's government. And we came with a power. We came with respect, but we came with gasta. You do me, I do you. Members of the Youth Wing, our Honorable Lord Mayor of KMC, our elders here present today, women, and all of you that are gathered here today, we say Assalamu alaikum to you all. Today, as I stand before you to address a matter of paramount importance that affects the very fabric of our society, the issue of hate speech come to the forefront in the world and the action of our President, Adama Barrow. What I mean is, he should be in front of advocating for hate speech, but he himself is now being the one to start hate speech in this country and misinformation. Hate speech in any form is a corrosive force that threatens to erode the foundation of democracy, compassion, and unity. Seeds of inclusivity and respect. We must equal hate speech that a child, any individual or any political party or anyone that is called a citizen in this country. The President has a profound responsibility to model the values we hold dear, values with justice, equality, and respect for all. The words of our leader carry weight. They have the power to uplift, inspire, and unify, or conversely, to incite anger, fear, and hate. It is crucial that we hold our leader accountable for their work. And this is why today we gather here to account President Barrow for his own statement to come out and apologize to the Gambian people for the statement he uttered against our hero, that is His Excellency President Ousainou Barrow. The citizens to demand a higher standard of how the president should do and how we want our country to be governed by him. While we cherish the rights of freedom and speech, we must also recognize that with these rights comes with a responsibility to speak with thought and consideration. We cannot turn a blind eye to hate speech. We must be vigilant against any form of speech that will bring us division along our ethnic, religious, and ideological lines. Our diversion is our strength, and it is our duty to celebrate it, not to weaponize it. The freedom of speech that is given by the Constitution to every right in every democratic state, to weaponize it as a political tool against our political parties. Today I call upon the President to reflect on the power of his word and to choose a path to dialogue over this issue. And we want to remind the President, like months ago, he called for a political dialogue where all political parties and their leaders were present at the State House to discuss the present issues and to discuss issues that are bringing disability, that are bringing discomfort and chaotic to our society. Let us foster a climate where every different or every different able person of will understand it and their growth. Let us build a nation where every individual, regardless of their background, feel unsafe with the values in our society. I would like to call on all the CSOs and all the religious leaders that we hold responsible, that are serving the people, that is the citizens, to come on board and to ask the President to apologize to Mr. Dabo and also to Gambia for uttering these irresponsible words towards our party leader, Ousainou Dabo. The international community, we want to take this opportunity to call every international and diplomatic mission member to ask President Barrow to resign. And also, we are calling on members of the National Assembly to remove a motion of impeachment. As we are all aware today, the President has violated many rights of the Constitution of the Gambia. And now we can move a motion to impeach President Barrow. He's inciting conflict among the young people, among the citizens, among the elderly people. In 2018, President Barrow made a statement against the United Democratic Party. And recently, in Barak, he made a statement against the United Democratic Party members, while the UDP National Campaign of Organizing Committee embarked on a nationwide tour. We want to call the IGP and the Justice Minister to listen to the people of this country. Listen to the Gambians. We are now tired. Our rights have been taken by Adama Barrow. We cannot speak anymore. We cannot eat anymore. We cannot sleep anymore. If you can arrest me for saying something or criticizing Barrow, I think and I believe you all can arrest Barrow, or you all can go to Barrow and release a statement to condemn Barrow's speech and to ask him to come to the Gambian people and apologize. We go by the legal condition of Gambia. Every citizen of this country is crying. Bag of rice is expensive. We want the President to address these issues, not to go to a gathering to be inserting conflict or hatred among each other. Yes, I cried on that day. I laughed first and I cried. You know why? I feel pity for Gambians. I feel sorry for us. I see people clap when Barrow finished talking. They are ignorant people. They are not illiterate, they are ignorant. They are unlettered people, they didn't go to school. The living condition of Gambians led to so many youth taking the bad way. We have lost thousands of young people across the European sea. We have lost dozens of youth currently because of they are now using food. 3 days ago in Brikama, 15 young boys died of consuming food. That was so pity. These are pressing issues that the president we did and we believe he should address, but not to come on board to be criticizing or to be throwing stones at a political party. Much more of Ousseynou Dabo. Ousseynou Dabo didn't owe any Gambians. We the Gambians owe Ousseynou Dabo. If Barrow, you cannot give him that due respect, we give him that due respect. This is why, as the youth of United Democratic Party, today we will send a message to you. Now Dabo is above Barrow. Dabo is above Barrow. Wherever you go internationally, people talk about Barrow. How he's ruining this country. How he is manipulating this country. How he is manipulating our form and mistrust. Dishonesty. Let's go. I want to ask President Barrow a question. Who did Barrow sign this contract with? Who did Barrow sign this contract with? And I want tomorrow, on Tuesday, on the 30th of July, Barrow to answer me. Who did you sign this contract with? We want to know. We definitely want to know. If you call yourself a leader, we too call ourselves a leader. And we demand an answer from you. We want to know. And we are telling ECOWAS, Commonwealth, UN, UNICEF, UNDP, all these international communities that anything from here against 2026 before Barrow leaves office, anything that happens to Mr. Dabo, even a scratch, Barrow is responsible. And we will sue him to anything. Civil service, the civil servants are crying all over the country. Low salary increase. He promised to increase their salaries. These are issues that Barrow will address. These are issues that everyone is crying about. These are issues we expect his ministry, the communication unit, the information unit to come out and tell the Gambian people this and this is what the government is doing to increase your salaries. But instead, we are very, very disappointed. I personally, I am disappointed with Dr. Ismaila Ceesay. I am from Brikama. He's from Brikama. He's a son of Brikama. For the statement he ought to say, why will Barrow apologize? Barrow should apologize. You know it yourself, but because you are insecure of your position. If you go against Barrow today, he will sack you tomorrow. I quote in Mandinka. This is what will happen to all of you. If you don't believe in the Almighty, what He caters for you, you will get it. If you don't believe in that, you will forever be running as a servant. And now we are calling President Barrow to confess the United Democratic Party youth wing, to give us a statement that includes an answer we are asking. We are not here to joke. Like I said, now is gasta. We have taken enough from here. If our youth are dying, what stopped Barrow to come and address that? What stopped Barrow to ask his government to put all stops on drugs? People are using pistol. A grade 2 student has taken a pistol to her school and shot someone. A grade 2 student. If that will happen to this country, who here is sleeping in peaceful? Semesters are coming to this country every day. Yesterday, one was attacked and almost been killed. Do we think if we that are living in this country, we are not secure? Do we think Gambians that are in the diaspora, will they come to this country? No, they would not. We want you to come out and address this issue. And now we want to put a stop to this, and we demand an apology. If Barrow didn't give an apology before the end of Friday, we will come out on the street to demonstrate. We will come out to fight for this country. We are ready as young people of this country, not only UDP, but young people of this country. And we believe all political parties in this country will join us to end this injustice that is happening to the United Democratic Party. We have seen many statements issued by some political parties, and we hope to see the same statement being issued by the CSO. If we call ourselves champions of advocacy, learn through the advocacy the right way. The Human Rights Commission on newspapers. Today I was in the office reading all newspapers. Unfortunately, I didn't see any statement that is released like it. And we hope to see that before on Wednesday. I therefore thank everyone here present today to attend and to listen to our call as we give our statement to Barrow and his government. I thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, President. The United Democratic those messages were powerful, straight shoot. But also on your statement will remind Dr. Ismaila Ceesay that in 2018 he made mention of Clueless Barrow. We want to tell him it's the same Clueless Barrow in 2018, in 2024. But Barrow, again, we will tell you, is the same document minister who is not setting the record straight for you. In our present, we would like to recognize the presence of Dr. Lamin Mane, who is a senior party member. We understood he is here in our midst. Also, Honorable Bakarin Jai here in our midst. We really recognize your presence and highly salute you. Next on the item, we'll call on our gallant leader, someone that we look up to, a mentor to so many young people, not only to the United Democratic Party, but to the nation at large, a charismatic leader, a leader who measures and people measure his statement and his doing, and he's on track and straightforward. That's no other person than the Lord Mayor, Honorable Ahmed Bensouda. Welcome.
Good afternoon to you all. First of all, I'd like to commend the Youth Wing under the leadership of His Excellency Haji Sowane for organizing this press conference alongside Binzi Sengo. I would have liked to come here under the invitation under better circumstances. However, I have come here to speak in a very, very dark time in the history of the Gambia. That is after the comments, the insidious comments of President Adama Barrow on the passing of His Excellency Ousainou Numukunda Dabo. May Allah give him a very long life. May Allah make him witness the Gambia he has fought and sacrificed for all these years. And inshallah, Allah will do just that. First of all, I would like to say the biggest threat to national security is the President himself, Mr. Adama Barrow. Yes. This is not the first, it's not the second, it's not the third, and I'm sure this is not the last time he will make such comments that will cause disharmony and disunity between our very own people. When the national dialogue was formed, I advised the party not to attend. I myself have not partaken in any of the exercises. The reason being, I have come to know the passing of Adama Barrow. He is a leader who swore to protect Gambians, to unite Gambians, to preserve peace and stability. But since he became president, we have seen him do the opposite over and over and over again. During the presidential election 2021, he used tribal politics to divide our people, not thinking for once what will happen when those people go back into their neighborhoods. Our country is a mixed country. People live in intermarriages. Tribes live side by side in harmony for many generations, even before 1965. So to divide the people amongst heritage is one of the most irresponsible things a leader can do. Because if there's the stability, the same leader will have to preserve the peace. Secondly, this is the president who stood during the mayoral elections and told his supporters, you have the power, go and fight. They beat up many of our supporters. MLC, who was handcuffed in Majum Estate and electrocuted over and over again. Tear gas was thrown into one of our campaign cars. Many of our supporters were beaten and arrested. Some even handed to the police, and the police put them in cells. The same president came again in a rally at Kerawan and spoke about the NARs and said UDP is a NAR party. And spoke to the passing of party leader and saying he has lost network. Terrible comments you can say to somebody who was a former vice president and foreign affairs minister of our country. I will ask and beg of something from our party leader. Please never respond. Never respond to President Barrow. You have your youths, you have your students. We will fight for you from now on. You have fought enough. I think many of the speakers have spoken of many of the problems. Just down the street here in Kololi, every week they will seize tons of cocaine. Every week we have murders. Every 5 o'clock in the morning, when you're going for Fajar prayers, you pass here, you will see lots of unemployed girls doing prostitution. Our youths are tired, they have lost hope. They are even running away, risking all their lives to get to Europe. Many die along the way. Many are captured and enslaved in Arab countries. Just last week, 150 youth lost their lives at sea. I did not hear a single comment from President Barrow. Now we have a drug that is destroying our community, a drug that is taken from the human bone. They exhume graves, take out bones of human beings and make this drug. Today, 1 in 5 youth in the Gambia are smoking this drug. It is killing many on a week-on-week basis. Many of these youths are turning into violent criminals. We have never had a word from President Barrow. Today, many of our people cannot get driver's license. There is no cash power meter, no identity cards. Gambia is a failed state. Not a word from President Adama Barrow. And when President Barrow has the platform in Birkama to address some of these issues, to allay the anxiety of the people and the youth, he chooses to talk about the death of Ousainou Darboe. This is the most strange and dark thing I have ever heard in Gambia. Even in the darkest days, when people were disappeared, nobody ever heard people talking like this in political platforms. So for me, this is not politics. It's not a joke. This is about our country and our former vice president. I will not even refer to him as a party leader, because if we do, they will say it's UDP.
Yes.
This is a former vice president. And even in our culture, even if Ousainou Darboe was never a vice president, nor a minister, he's an elder person. In our culture, you respect your elders. He can be grandfather to some, great-grandfather to some, and can even be a father to the president. To talk ill of him time and time again, to insult him, ridicule him, belittle him, I think it is time for people to come together and tell Adama Barrow it is enough. And I said this 2 months ago or 3 months ago, every president has their time. Even a student leader has a time. When that time comes, you have to leave. And that's why I said 2 terms is even too much for President Barrow. This is an example that he cannot go for more than 2 terms. We should never allow that.
Yes.
It is unacceptable in the world, especially now in Africa. That's why we see all these coup d'etats. He continues to destroy this small country, the smallest country on mainland Africa. We demand that he comes out, withdraws his statement, apologizes to the person of Ousainou Darboe, apologizes to his family. His family has been traumatized enough. They have tried to kill him many times. They have jailed him. He has seen death in the eye. But if it's not Allah's time, you will not leave this earth. On President Barrow, you cannot cause the death of Ousainou Darboe. I ask of all Gambians to come together, to put aside tribal politics, disunity, divisions. We see Macky Sall in Senegal. He said there will not be any elections. They burned the streets, the buildings for many months. He disunited the people. Where is Macky Sall today? They will destroy the country and then go to exile. And then we have to pick up the pieces. And I think for President Barrow, he must learn from his friend Macky Sall. His advisors who were pushing him, arrest Ousmane Sonko, kill this person, kill that person. The same ministers today are blaming Macky Sall in what happened in Senegal. So President Barrow, your advisors, your ministers today will be the ones who will be blaming you tomorrow. They'll be the ones who will be laughing at you tomorrow. We have seen it with the former president, we have seen it with neighboring presidents, so do not let that fate befall you. Without further ado, I want all of us to continue to pray for our party leader. We all know he will live a very long life to see the country he has sacrificed so much for. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lord Mayor, for those powerful statements. First, there are certain points we would like to set those ones straight and put before the media and everyone here present. That the youth wing of the United Democratic Party is giving Barrow 48 hours to apologize to our party leader, or else we will be on straight the next 2 days, that will be on Friday. Secondly, we are calling on the National Executive of the United Democratic Party to withdraw from the national dialogue with immediate effect, because the disrespect is enough and is too much for the party leader. And also, we'll add our voice on the Lord Mayor's voice, stating to the party leader not to respond to the president. The party militants, including the youth wing, will take full responsibility of what had happened and will go with him tit for tit and will be there with him. Finally, the statement that we want to tell him finally is enough and is enough.
Yes.
Enough is enough. Yes. On that statement, we are calling on every Gambian to unite and say no to tap for President Barrow. This is a collective responsibility. It is not a responsibility for the party of the United Democratic Party. All political parties, CSOs, private individuals, and whosoever who is living in the Gambian abroad, call yourself a Gambian, we should all unite to fight against a third term for President Barrow. Going for third term, this country is in fire. Who is no one but the President, Honorable Haji Suwane, who will come on podium to give a stand and the point for the youth wing of the United Democratic Party. Thank you, Haji. You are highly.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, respectfully present here, and colleagues at the national executive level, and unpatriotic, irresponsible, undemocratic, and unconstitutional rhetoric he delivered while opening this bureau in Brikama, West Coast region, on the 22nd of July 2024. When I heard the remark, I asked myself so many questions. And the answers, some of them I have myself, but some will be left to the public to be the judge of yourself. When I heard he spoke of a death of an opponent, the first that comes to my mind, it is that one of my famous speaker, I mean, a famous and a popular speaker from Boston is a vile disease. I definitely concluded that indeed corruption is not only a vile disease, but corruption is the mother, the father of all dictators this world has get back. We ask ourselves now, when a sitting president is calling an opposition leader, why that opposition leader did not do only things or duties vested upon him or her to hold a sitting government accountable for transparent and accountable running of his government. While we expect an answer from the president, the sitting president, the public did not hear anything. I have to kill Ousainou Darboe. I have to see Ousainou Darboe being killed. I have to observe the burial of Ousainou Darboe to confirm his death before I relinquish power. Is this not a threat to national security? If not, I ask my question, what is more than a threat to national security than this? Fellow Gambians, residents of Gambia, this question are advised to give citizens the new ideas and policies, programs they have for Gambian people, if they are in government or if they are already serving as leaders in the helm of affairs. Speakers has alluded to so many challenges the country is facing. That include recently the capsize of a boat that has already consumed more than 150 people. How many families are affected in that? Almost an entire family was fenced in the waters of Kenya. Where are they from? From where the president came from, that is you are open. Why did those family perish? Why did they choose to perish in the waters than to remain comfortable in their house, alive? Just to enjoy whatsoever thing one could enjoy when you are alive. The answer is, if you have seen somebody running away from his house, throwing himself or herself in the water, you should know there's nothing chasing him but fire, outbreak. that is that the Gambia currently, nothing is killing our youth, but the heartbeat can be interpreted as a fire outbreak that is trying to throw every Gambian in the Mediterranean Sea, which has been now a graveyard to our youth. If President Barrow can speak for almost 30 minutes without even showing solidarity, sympathy to those desperate youths who choose to die in the waters, that will live in the Gambia under his leadership. This is concern as a youth leader. This is a nightmare as a politician. This is unfortunate as a citizen. That is why we are not just doing this press conference merely for talking, but we are giving President Barrow message. When I had this remark, the first thing I do, I have to send a message to HE, His Excellency A.N.M. Hussein Dao, not to utter a single word in response to President Barrow's irresponsible and whatsoever brain drain he has, not for him to respond to this kind of messages. But I also assure myself, without putting him to him, that we will take responsibility of whatsoever will happen. But this country must be liberated. This country must get its independence. Not independent because of just politics, but independent economically. We don't want to see anymore the use of this country taking the irregular migration way, that is the famous pathway, to die in the waters because of why the government cannot create any meaningful employment to those youths. You will not see anymore here. And we will stand and demand, as the speakers alluded to, the debt contract that President Barrow has said he signed to see the death of Hussein Dabo and to confirm while facing his burial that Hussein Dabo has died, for him to be able to really lose power. We will want to see that death contract. And it is not merely going to see, but we will fight to see that death contract. Because why? He spoke with certainty. He spoke with confidence. He spoke with a belief that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to kill Hussein Dabo before him. And I tell you, he is lying. He has no contract with Allah. He did not see any contract. He has never seen Allah's wisdom. He has never seen Allah's message directly. The answer is, President Barrow has a contract to assassinate a citizen. A citizen that is always standing to hold a government accountable before President Barrow's bomb ended back in this country. 1996 was the year the National Democratic Party was formed. We all know. For a head of state to stand in front of the public and lie to us, saying that whatever he did, what he did in this party, nobody has done it. Was he the founder of this party? I said no, it's a lie. We did not found the National Party. UDP was found by decent Gambians. UDP was found by intellectuals, patriots, who love their country. They came together in an environment. While President Barrow, if you told him to come out that day, he is going to not only to faint, but he could even die. Because we saw the Jeff Center was arrested. President Barrow see himself under a table. If that man could tell me that he did something for this party which nobody could do, I have no answer. I have no other response but to call him a liar. I have no other respect that I can give to a head of state who is that and entrusted to uphold the principle of democracy, to guide a constitution that says that right to life is a fundamental human right. For you to come out and publicly order the killing of an opponent, I can call you that an unfortunate liar this country has ever get past. And my message to the IGP, I met them just last 2 weeks. We have a discussion. They were talking about immoralities. They were talking about uncultural utterances in our political discourse. The answer I gave them, you have a daunting task. Because you have a president whom you must dance to his tunes, who cannot control himself when delivering public speeches. If you want to control moralities in this country, if you want to discipline people in this country, you have to get prepared, because the first person to discipline, or to guide, or to calm is President Adama. But he vindicated me, thank God. He went to become He did not deliver anything to national interest. Look at the insecurity, internal, that we face as a country. If you talk about ordinary citizens, people will say that police will tell you that we cannot protect them because they are killed at their homes. They are killed at their financial bureaus. They are killed on the streets where the police are not. But I'm referencing 3 innocent, hardworking, patriotic political officers were killed by an armed gun officer who no one knows up to date who the killer is. I repeat, who no one knows up to date who the killer is. So if you talk about internal security, and prior to that killing, President Barrow stood in an opening of a police station built by German government. He said, the security of this country is today guaranteed than any day else. He in fact said that it is the critics that are over-exaggerating these issues. But his government have done enough to secure each and every country. The next week, he was told that, Mr. President, you got a mistake. This country is insecure. In fact, we are telling you we're going to kill your police officers. And they killed them. How are those families going through today? What's supposed to be done as far as our government is concerned? These are the questions we should have asked ourselves. But if President Barrow or Mr. Adama Barrow could understand and sign a jet contract to kill Mr. Hussein Dabo before he relinquished power on IC, because when people tend to interpret things, they don't go critical. I go critical. I know why Adama Barrow is saying that. I know why he stood and promised and took oath that he will never get or step down as the president, because he said, he did not say that I will continue to contest. He said, I will not relinquish power. What is the contract signed with IEC? We want to know. What is the self-perpetuating contract signed with the IEC? We want to know. We already knew what transpired in 2021. But at the time, a lot of things were being said. And as a party leader, for us, we couldn't do anything but to comply to his appeal. That is, he did not even want a chicken to die because of Hussein Dabo's presidency. It was emotional. But a voter population of over 200,000 votes who voted for Hussein Dabo, they all comply with discipline, with respect to H.A. Hussein Dabo. I am telling Hussein Dabo, move out from our protest. I did this press conference, never consulted him. And I will do my things, I will never consult him. I am elected truly by the use of this party. And they have trust, I have a social contract with them. They have to see a government that is responsible. They have to see a government that is going to protect their votes. They have to see a government that is going to, a party that is going to defend what they have decided for. And I'm ready. And I'm ready. If I say I here, I mean we are ready as youths. Nobody will take the back seat. We will die, but we will see the vote of the United Democratic Party members being protected. The votes of Gambian people who doesn't believe in Adama Barrow's government will be protected. We will die for this country. If Soros Sunday could die, why not myself and others? If Soros Sunday could sacrifice his life, why not me? So we cannot continue to be lambasted in an environment that we believe we don't deserve because of a mayor president who doesn't even have a clue about what he has to do. He talked about the plot that Hussein Dabo asked him to surrender because it was legally acquired. And I can tell you, Hussein Dabo came with facts because he quoted the Constitution. Section 168 tells us that the president cannot directly or indirectly enrich himself on the detriment of the people. If he does, it has attracted nothing but an impeachment. That is why I've been the same. Alluded to the National Assembly. If they are responsible enough and they believe in Section 75 of the Constitution, they will definitely pass an impeachable motion to impeach or to start the process of impeaching the president. Even though we don't have the numbers, but trust, records, and integrity, ethics, and principles matters. Apart from that, the majority at the parliament decides. But what is on us? It is to do the needful. If a president can close his eyes while declaring his assets in 2021, he says very clear, we saw in the document. He has 9 properties in his name. You got the Electoral Act, Section 5. It tells you if anybody has more than 1 plot, the states cannot give you a plot for it. But President Barrow did not want to stop than 200 million Gambian dollars is wanting to steal, is wanting to butcher from the scarce resources of this poor nation. Why could you ask yourself, why do I vote? Why do you vote? What should we expect? Is it this? The answer is no. This is the president who stood here not long ago. He increased taxes. Today, a bottle of water was 25 because of a so-called tax stamp. Has created nothing. You call this a country? And that is why when Melo said it's a failed state, don't think it's a political statement. It's already. He said Mali is an inciter of violence. Who's an inciter of violence? Threat. National security. This is where it is. National audit report. So Mr. That report is a mere opinion and it is biased. And in institution that has been sponsored by citizens. Taxpayers' money. So give us a clue, a direction on how our resources is managed by the state. If a president could stand and call that institution, describe it as a mere opinion, biasness in it, where do you think you are going? Fellow youth, the fear of Ousainou Darboe, it is not his age. The fear for Ousainou Darboe, I can tell you. Barrow spoke to Marabous. They told him that if you don't kill Ousainou Darboe before 2026, he's going to end your government. And if he ends your government, he's going to prosecute you. That is why I am telling you, if Ousainou Darboe dies, from here to 2026, we are going to hold him accountable. And it's better, you dig your own graveyard, you bury yourself before Ousainou Darboe dies. I thank you all for giving me this.
Thank you very much, Benji Haji Swane, the President of the Young Democratic Party's Youth Wing. Just three statements will add on top of that if solo Satan can sacrifice for us to enjoy the change that we are enjoying and believe in 2016, why not ask the youth who are today living and we're here? If the youth of Kenya can do it and change the current status of Kenya and make sure they stand and so the tax bill or whatsoever, the financial bill that was to be introduced at the parliament was rejected, or does it in fact go to the parliament? If they can do it, if they can uphold their president accountable to a level of dissolving the executive, the entire cabinet, if the Nigerian youths are planning to do exactly what the Kenyan youths did, what are we waiting for, we the Gambian youth? If only our country, that as Mayor said, is a failed state. If it is a failed state, how can we make it a working state? This is a responsibility for all of us as Gambians. We need to make the Gambia a working state. That's the end of the press conference.